Hello, everyone. My name is John Jennings. I'm a student in the College of Zen Buddhist Studies. I live in San Francisco, California. What we're covering today is in the course of Zen Master Matsu, and we're studying his disciples. And I'm going to be covering Fa Chang and Wu Ye and Yin Feng, or Yin Feng. Before I start, this screen behind me comes from China. It's in my dining room. When the Three Gorges Dam was being built, there were containers of Chinese antiques being shipped to California. They were all over Northern California, and I suspect Southern California too. And this is one that I got. It's interesting. This here is a bowl with a carved incense smoke coming up out of it. And a couple of horses back here. There's a lotus. There's a lotus blossom right there behind me. And also behind me up here, there are swastikas, which the Nazis co-opted, but there's actually a fellow on the web who is trying to reclaim the swastika for Buddhism and to get people to forget that the Nazis claimed it as their symbol. He's got a big job ahead of him. Anyhow, with Fa Chang basically seems to me to be saying that Buddhism is just ordinary life. He says mind is Buddha. He also compares himself to a dry piece of wood. He's living in the woods or in the forests, and he compares himself to a dry piece of wood that even a woodcutter wouldn't even notice. Ordinary life. He says, do not follow the apparent. Mind functions without good and evil. So it's beyond good and evil and this and that. It's something beyond that. It's one of his disciples asked him, what is the meaning of the Buddha Dharma? And he says, well, it's rush flowers and reeds. It's just what is without comment, I think is what he's trying to say. He also says that if you have to ask that whether you have it or got it, then you don't have it. When you do get it, you understand that you have it. And it's not about intellectualizing. Layman Pang comes to him and asks him, is the plum ripe? And he says, from what angle should I approach it? And Fa Chang says, just bring me the kernel. In other words, don't be intellectualizing about how do we approach this, just eat it, just go for it, and bring me the kernel, bring me the essence. Even his last words were very dismissive of discussion about it. He points out the flying squirrel. It's just that, just what you see, nothing added, nothing taken away, no comment, no comment. Then we move on to Wu Ye. Wu Ye is Wu Ye's concept, I believe, is he starts out by saying, don't indulge in false thinking. It's Buddha, the mind is Buddha, and there's nothing to be obtained. It's there already. It's empty, nothing to ponder. If all thinking is not gone, then one is certain to fail. It's not about thinking. It's more about being an observer with no comment. And that's the line I like to use, that I'm a world observer with no comment. He says, don't be engrossed in studying words, and don't be intellectualizing, because that's not it. Now, I will move on next to Yin Feng. Now, Fu.